Welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Today I'm showing you my Type 6 fully pimped out for trading. So I've done a similar video to this for a hauler and I believe the Cobra Mark III, and I've had a few requests to keep on doing it for more ships, so I thought we'd go ahead with the Type 6 transporter, which is what I've been using to upgrade to the ASP, and I've got about 9 million credits now, so I'm ready to go into the ASP right now. So I thought it's a perfect time to show you the Type 6. Bear in mind, I think this is literally the best Type 6 transport ship right now. I don't think you can upgrade it any better. There is one thing you can do, but in my opinion, which I'll say later, why it just won't be good enough for you. So the Type 6, what do you get for it when you first initially buy it? Well, you get a massive downgrade if you're coming from the Cobra. You need to spend money on this, so I'd recommend upgrading when you have about 1.5 million credits on top of the credits that you already should have for more trading. So don't buy this ship with 1.5 million credits. You want about 1.8 million. So spend a little bit on the ship, and then you got some credits for more cargo space. And so when you initially buy the ship, top speed 220 and boost speed of 350. That boost speed is especially good because that is 130 meters a second faster than your top speed. And with the ship that we've got, we can actually keep in that boost speed fantastic due to the upgrades that I've done to it. Shields 90, hammer 90, all that rubbish. You get 3 utility mounts, 2 small hard points. You do actually get 2 actual hard point guns on there, which are pulse lasers, as you can see here. Your internals. It's a really big upgrade over the Cobra for the internals. It's 2 size 5 internal components. Those are 32 slotters, I believe. You get 2 size 4s, so there's 16 slots. 1 size 3, that is obviously an 8 slot, and you get 2 size 2s, which is 4 slot cargos. And then everything else, you get a few of everything. You initially only get, though, 2 16 capacity. So in your size 5 slots, you only get 2 size 4s. In your size 3, you actually do get size 3, I believe. Or that's your size 3 there, that's your internal component. And then your other... then you just get a load of random stuff. It's weird what it gives you, to be honest, since it's just dotted around. It's just kind of the cheaper version of everything. Instead of giving you the best cargo racks, it does give you like the second best for that slot size. And you also get shield generator, which is this class 3, I believe, and a basic discovery scanner, which is in your class 2 slot. So actually into the outfitting now, and as you know what I always do, remove those hard points. You don't need them. You can get out of interdictions fine. You should be able to win interdictions all the time. Never mind having to actually fight them. So if you do actually lose one, just run away straight away, and as long as you've got your shield, which I do, you will be fine to go. So first off, lightweight alloys, of course you keep them. Adding weight reduces your frame shift drive distance or jump distance. Power plant, I downgraded to a 2A, which is an upgrade, slight downgrade, costing 160,000 credits, so not too... well, it is kind of cheap actually, and mainly reason, you may be thinking, why have you upgraded from, or downgraded from your class 3? Basically, the weight, 1.3 tons for that, and I only need 8.63 megawatts for everything I've got on my ship, so I've got 1 megawatt to spare of power use, so this is a perfect one. 1.3 tons is the lightest thing, I believe. Of course, if I go with that, it's 1 ton, yes, but 7.2 megawatts, and I will be having trouble with some of my components there, so make sure to stick with the 2A. The 2A is really good, and because you're not running any hard points, I think you can actually run 2, of course, 2 like 0.5 megawatt less hard points with it if you are wanting that, and you'd still be able to run it with that 2A power plant, so keep that in mind. Next up, thrusters 4A, just massive upgrade, 1.61 million credits. I wouldn't recommend upgrading that first, obviously, because it's not a massive upgrade. It doesn't do too much. I think I do need to do some testing on the subject of thrusters, so stick around for that in a future video. I have done testing to see if mass does affect speed and maneuverability. It definitely does, but I still need to do more testing on the matter, on the fact really, because my testing was okay, but it just really wasn't as detailed as it needed to be. Anyway, next up, frame shift drive 4A. It gives me a 30 light year jump range out of, or when I'm not laden, and fully laden is just under 19 light years, which is awesome. Depending on your route, you might not need a huge frame shift drive like a 4A drive. It does cost 1.61 million credits, but if you don't need that huge jump range, maybe you've got a few routes that are only 15 light years, then downgrade that. It's going to give you a bit less weight, and it's going to reduce your fuel usage, I believe. Life support 2D, usually D-rated internals are the lightest, so of course for life support 2D is the lightest, so I went with that. Never go, I think even for any ship, I wouldn't recommend going for these high life supports. You're never going to need 25 minutes of oxygen time. It's just a huge amount that is well, it's just unneeded. Why would you need 25 minutes? You're not going to be out of a system miles away. The only time you're going to need that is if you're exploring and you think you're going to fuck up somewhere miles away from a starport, which is why you might need that 25 minutes. But if you're fighting inside of a system with a starport only 5 minutes away, why do you need to waste all your power on that and more weight? Don't do it. Power Distributor 3.8 costing 160,000 credits. That is your first upgrade, guys. As soon as you buy this ship, of course, upgrade your cargo racks a little bit and upgrade that Power Distributor, because you're going to be able to stick in your boost much longer. You can basically, I can keep it more than 350 meters a second all the time in this ship, which is fantastic. Anyway, sensors, again 2D, it's the lightest version of it, so just stick with that and you'll be able to get a little bit more jump range. Fuel tank, you can downgrade that to capacity 8 since it is a big fuel tank. I stick with a 16 because of the routes that I'm doing that do require a bit more jumping, but if you don't need that, then just definitely downgrade to a capacity 8 and you'll be fine. And yeah, pretty simple. That'll be 8 tons less and you'll be able to jump a little bit further as well for it. Also, guys, cargo racks, you of course upgrade everything to the max, and the shield generator comes in that class 3 slot. I stuck with it and upgraded it to a D drive. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, well, in your other videos, you actually showed that you removed the shield generator. That's because the cargo in that was not much. But in this, you've got over 100 tons of cargo space, and if you crash with that, you've got to pay for the ship and you've got to pay for that cargo somewhere, and it just is a big cost. With a shield generator, you can ram into anything, you can ram things out of the way, you can land at a docking going about 100 meters a second and be perfectly fine. That's all I do now. As soon as I go into starport, I ram down to the docking bay and it will just stop me dead, but without any damage to the hull. If you don't run with that, then you're going to be spending a lot more time docking, dodging things, trying to not get damaged, and it's just a lot more things to think about. I'd rather run with that safety option. I know I am wasting 8 tons of cargo space. Some people will not like that, but I like the option of not messing up. It's a backup that I do like on a Lakon Type 6 anyway, because it isn't exactly the most maneuverable ship in the world. And of course the last 2 cargo spaces, you just fit them with 4s, and that is it, guys. So you get 102 tons of cargo space, or 104 tons I think actually, and without the shield generator you'll actually get 112 tons of course, because of an extra 8 cargo spaces. So you can do that if you want, but I'm telling you now, I just love the shield generator on it, because you just get to have that many more mistakes and that much more fun ramming into things. And yeah, that's the Lakon Type 6 fully upgraded for trading, costing, I think, did I write it down? I think it's around it's definitely a lot anyway. 5 million credits maybe you're spending here. We can actually have a look here actually. If we go and say we want to buy an Anaconda, we got 4.2 million, so about 4.3 million credits to fully upgrade that ship. So yeah, minus the million that you're spending on the ship, 3 million worth of upgrades really, and that is fantastic, guys. And that is your fully upgraded Lakon. So you can get a fully upgraded Lakon 4 million or 4.3 million, and then to fill it up with cargo, you're probably going to want an extra 700k. So about 5 million credits, and you can fully max out trading with a Lakon Type 6 in the most efficient way possible, which is awesome. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm going to maybe do an adder version of this, and maybe a asked version of it when it comes out, or when I get to the end stages of that. So if you'd like to see them, just leave them in the comments. Also, I might try a combat version of a Type 6 to have a little fun within a video. If you'd like to see that as well, tell me in the comments. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Cheers for 2k subs as well, and I will see you all next time.